fucking Weasley little liar, dude. Holy shit, dude.
Fuck it, I'm saying it. America deserved 9/11.
Liar, dude. What a fucking Weasley little liar, dude. Holy shit, dude. Holy fucking shit, dude. Literally lying. What a fucking liar, dude. What a fucking Weasley liar, dude. What a holy fucking what the fuck?
What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, fantastic afternoon, fantastic pre-noon, no matter where you are in the world. I'm Hassan Piker, and this is the Hasnabi broadcast coming to you live from not so sunny, kind of cloudy California, Los Angeles, folks. We're live and alive. And I hope all the boys, all the girls, and all the MBs are having a fantastic one. Because I know I am, folks. It's a beautiful day here. It's partly sunny now. It wasn't really earlier, but it's partly sunny now here in California, Los Angeles. And it's a wonderful day here, okay? Just like every other day. I'm tired as a motherfucker. I'm sick still. But I am definitely getting a little bit better, okay? So that's the vibes that we're going to be on today. Looking hot, my 70s king. Thank you. Is it raining in LA? Because you're fucking drippy, my guy. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going with the Disco Elysium fit. You know what I mean? This looks like a Kitsarage, right? Did I say it right? Jacket, but it's not. It's just a Carl Jacobs jacket. Met this fan or whatever at dinner tonight, Cobra Tate. Yeah, I told you it wasn't going to be, not going to be Kanye today. So he's probably going to do something with Andrew Tate or some shit. Anyway. Yeah, I'm Hassan Dubois. Okay? There it is. Just gotta say, shout out to Morocco. Okay, just gotta say that. Okay, listen, before we get started on anything, honestly. Before we
Let's go! Everybody rise up! Stand up! It's that time!
It's fucking Tuesday, lads.
We got Portugal, we got Mexico, France, England, Brazil, Belgium, Qatar, Germany, USA, Iran, Canada, Argentina, Australia, Croatia, Switzerland, Ghana, Japan, Uruguay, Morocco, South.
That's right, we got Morocco.
Switzerland, Ghana, Japan, Uruguay, Morocco, Croatia, Switzerland, Ghana, Japan, Uruguay, Morocco.
Uruguay, Morocco. That's right, Morocco.
Saudi Arabia, Ecuador, Wales, Poland, Tunisia, Cameroon, Serbia, Korea, Netherlands, Senegal, Costa Rica. Let's play football. World Cup. World Cup.
It's fucking Tuesday, lads. Sunzia. Morocco did it, lads. Morocco did it, lads. A fucking upset, right? A fucking major upset, lads. Aged 18 years and 123 days, Gavi is the youngest player to start a knockout match at the FIFA World Cup since Pele. But it's not enough. Anyway, what is this? I show speed traveled to Qatar to watch Ronaldo in the World Cup only for him to end up on the bench? No shot. This is the second time he travels to another country to watch Ronaldo play a game where he isn't on the starting lineup. If you're having a bad day, just know that I show speed flew to Manchester to watch Ronaldo play and he's not even on the lineup. Bro, okay, it's too much of a coincidence, dude. Beat on Brazilian TV? What?
Portugal's winning. Portugal's winning.
Ô, Morente, sabe quem é esse cara aí, Morente?
No Brasil.
Sim, Brasil.
No Brasil.
Ele é aquele streamer
No
famoso.
Brasil.
Para.
Portugal's winning.
Ô, vai dormir. Vai dormir, vai.
He's fucking nuts, dude. Genuine question, do you think the current illness has anything to do with the radioactive ant bite you got on your arm? Bro, I don't fucking know. I know there's a new Yedolf saga. Yedolf saga part 2 is upon us. Alex Jones breaks silence on the Ye interview by going on Steven Crowder. We're going to talk about all that. But this is part of the broadcast where I tell you a little bit about my personal news. I started watching the Wednesday Addams show. My mom was like, listen, every night you sit there and you watch fucking anime. I don't like it. I'm not a One Piece fan. Can we watch something together? And I was like, sure. Like, sure, let's do it. And my choice was Wednesday Addams. Started watching that. I think it's a little cheesy. The writing is a little cheesy, but I get why people like it. It is the American Hogwarts. That's what it is. Like, finally, even though it's written by Tim Burton, like, they are literally seeing it. Like, I can totally see this be like American Hogwarts. You know? That's it. Like, teeny boppers are going to eat that shit up. They're going to be like, what? And filmed in Romania? Okay, brother. It's American Hogwarts. That police officer's accent is so North Dakota. You're gonna really try to tell me that's Romania? I don't give a fuck where it's actually filmed. It's in America, okay? Like, let's be fucking real for a moment. She's a female, literally me character. Yeah, I know. Every line, like, I do not want to use social media. It's like endlessly sad and unrewarding or whatever. I'm like, oh my God. Every fucking, like, I imagine, like, if I was in high school at the time watching this, like, high school Hassan would be all over this, okay? Middle school, high school Hassan would be so over this show, would be like, oh my God, this is like, you know, girlfriend alert. For me, it's like now when I watch it, I'm like, it's kind of corny. But I'm not the target demographic. I like it though. It's like I like the aesthetic. I wish the CGI wasn't so god awful. Like I will say that. I guess technically the hand is all green screen, so that's good. And you can really tell. Because the hand that runs around, the thing that runs around, actually good, right? But oh my God, bro. The fucking... But like the Gollum Goblin thing, that's so bad. The hand is an actual hand. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Like I could not believe it. Oh, she's a Hasnabi head? Yeah, no, totally. This is real, definitely. Wednesday Star, Jen Ortega reveals in recent interviews she's been obsessed with political commentary, true streamer Hassan. I just can't stop watching. Sunday fun days are my favorite. This has 1 like, dude. Wednesdays, Jen Ortega reveals in a new interview her favorite streamer is Hassan Piker. I've been so obsessed with him ever since he said America deserved 9/11. I watch him every day. He's so amazing. Anyway, I have not finished Andor yet. My mom wanted to watch something together, so I had to do that. Trainwreck's new platform is owned by Wait for a Stake. That's why Kick is paying insane creator splits. They're owned by an offshore casino Lamont, and it's the reason Train is moving to continue the stake cash cow. Wonder why Train didn't tell people that. She's polarizing because she caught COVID and continued to show up on set. Wait, what? That's not good. You should open up the P.O. box. No, this is precisely why I don't want to open up the P.O. box. Anyway, you and your mom should watch Bullet Train. I already watched Bullet Train. It was awesome. Okay, listen. This is part of the broadcast where I tell you a little bit about my personal news, but there's not really anything going on. I didn't work out yesterday morning. I didn't work out this morning. And the reason why I haven't is because I'm sick. Okay? I'm sick, and I've been, instead I posted on Instagram. Okay? At a business site. No, thank you. That's right. I posted the drip on Instagram to get that sweet validation, dude. Get that sweet, juicy validation from you guys. Right, I need it. I need that validation. But yeah, here are some photos. Some of them are grainy. Here you go. Go give it a like and write something funny. If you want my note, if you want your content notey. You cropped out your manager. It didn't fit. Posting this because tomorrow's 25 months. You don't read these. Who cares? I just use these badges to riz at the DSA meetings. That's insane. You tell people that you're a 2-year subscriber at the Hasnabi broadcast, and then that actually gets you clout in a fucking circle. Don't admit that out loud. We're gonna come after you. What? Elden Ring's long rumored Coliseum DLC is real and it's available tomorrow for free? What? What? Do I have to get back into Elden Ring now? I feel like I have to get back to being an Elden Lord. There's free for all in 3v3. Elden Ring PvP's a tilter. No, just janky PvP. What do you mean? Yeah, I know.
Peggy 16.
I'm a PvP Andy, dude. I was fucking doing PvP in the beginning. I was beating ass cheeks, dude, on my Elden PvP. I was beating ass cheeks like fucking 12 in a row victories. Oh God, that's sick. I like that. I was here, shit was hype, so many doubters I farmed. Yeah. You know what's happening? What is this? None of us want it, but we need to prepare ourselves. Oh yeah, for sure. Also, the meta has changed, so ROB ain't as strong now. Dude, I'm a meta chaser regardless. Anyway, we can find something fun to do with this, but figure it out. Please not Jenna. I mean, dude, who knows? Nah, man, she's 20. He cannot. Brother, she's 20, but also they're in Hollywood, okay? Different rules. So many people will eat that shit up. There will be problematic age gap discourse. And then hella people will eat it up. Kanye and Gavin went on a fucking roll, went on a tear to see who's more racist. Is such a funny way to describe that interview because I haven't seen it yet. I wanted it to be a genuine interaction, a genuine first reaction, but I can totally see it being like that. Anyway, Yedolf goes on competitive racism show. Georgia runoffs between Reverend and CTE. Maybe don't call a black man Hitler. I don't know. You don't think I can? You don't like me calling Kanye West Yedolf? There's no way, dude. Listen, the point is, if someone considers that to be, if the person that I'm talking about considers that to be like a positive, I think it's valid. Like, anyway, that's just how that works. Okay, Clandis Owens and Klanye. I said that too, but
all right, shall we start?
I said Klanye too originally, but I think Yedolf is better. Anyway, all right, let's fucking blast off. Let's blast off because there's a lot to talk about. New Twitch editor kick and more. Get in now. Ay ay ay. Okay. Are you a Chomsky stan? I like Chomsky. Saw you popping off in Valor last night, King. Yeah, I did. That was so much fun, dude. Noam women be shopping Chomsky. He said that, dude. Noam Chomsky was there when all the racist words were being invented. True. He might have invented a couple of them himself. Chomsky is parenti for libs. You got me sick. I didn't get you sick, but I'm pretty sure I got Alex sick. He's sick now. Alexa, on the other hand, seems to be doing fine. But everyone's getting sick, dude. Felix still coming on this week. Thursday, Felix Biederman on the broadcast. It's happening. Weak immune system, imagine. Dude, I'm actually pretty fucking I'm usually pretty strong. You know what I mean? I don't have like a weak immune system. I don't know what the fuck's going on there. Like I haven't had issues like this. And I think it's like a post 30 thing. Like for the longest part of my life, I never had issues like this. And I've been sick so much. I don't know what it is. I got your mom sick. I'm sorry. But if she can handle my meat, she can handle the sickness that she just got. You know what I mean? Also, your mom thinks it's worth it. That's obscene. Yeah, there you go. Yedolf goes on competitive racism show. Georgia runoff. Seen Reverend CTE. New Twitch competitor kick and more. Get in now. RSV is going around. Also, I think COVID weakens your immune system. Bro, you got COVID. That's why it fucks up your immune system. That's why everyone's getting sick too more often than usual. After having COVID once, it wrecks your immune system for life. I mean, I guess. Maybe. It is what it is. Grimes liked this post. What is this? The large penises are seen as a desirable is just another symptom of Western degeneration. Large penises are a sign of low intelligence and savage genetics. Small penises indicate high intelligence and aristocratic blood. You know, that's really funny, but he's right. Like, they used to literally fucking think that. Like, the reason why all those statues have tiny penises is because they used to think that, like, having large penises is barbaric, which is hilarious because it's such an obvious self-report. Like, it's such a funny thing to just be upset and do a self-report on. Totally not a racist dog whistle? No, that's my man. We're talking ancient Greece, okay? What the fuck do you mean? You're like, what? What? Bro, The Hellenist guy is actually correct. There is a reason. Like, there is a reason why all those statues. If you've ever been to a fucking museum, you're like, what's up with the meat, dog? What's going on? Why is it so tiny? Like, there has to be a reason. And yes, I fucking asked that question. I was like, why is the meat so small? And apparently, the reason for why all the statues and their tiny ass meat is because they considered tiny penises to be like a sign of high intelligence. And large penises were seen as like barbaric and bad and animalistic. Right about Greece, but this Twitter account is coping and dog whistling. I mean, I guess. It's kind of uber racist, but then again, at the same time, anyone not born in the city was a second-class citizen, so it's not really surprising that the Greek were massive racists. I think it's pretty large. That's good. I always assumed it was just cold out. Nah. It's probably because it's easier to sculpt. Historians are just tripping. Yeah, I guess they're just making it up, dude. Anyway. Large penis are a sign of low intelligence and savage genetics. I mean, I'll take it, dude. Fuck it. Fuck it. We ball, dude. What do you mean? He's on some next level copium shit. Are we really not going to discuss the context of why Grimes liked this? You know why she liked it. Elon Musk already behaves like a man who's not very confident. You know what I mean? Penis Eugenics 2023, baby. Yep. Is that what you thought we were going to be discussing today? Penis eugenics? Because that is what we're discussing. Ooh, the majority report has rated you with a party of 359. God damn, welcome. Welcome to the stream, majority report fans. We're talking about cocks. That's right. Welcome to the Streamy Award winning best newscaster, you know? Yeah, I lift a mouse every day. Bro, she's a fucking freak. Okay? We have discussed this already. This is old. I mean, this is a new post, but like we've always known that Dav weirdly has like jacked ass arms. It makes no sense, okay? She does not move. She does not do anything athletic, and for some fucking weird reason, this is not Photoshop. She just has gigantic arms, okay? She's just jacked for no reason. The actual exercise? Oh, God. Is she taking Liver King supplements? Yeah, that's what it is. It just went all to her fucking, it went all to her biceps, dude. I wonder if she's more jacked than Asu. Probably not. Hasfo.
Okay.
Repeat after me.
Hasnabi
Hasnabi
is an LGBTQ foe. is an LGBTQ foe.
Yeah, no, foe. He's like a foe to the.
Foe.
Yeah, he's an enemy. He's an enemy. Yeah, he's an enemy of the movement.
Foe.
He's a foe to the LGBTQ movement.
Fucking so dyslexic, man. He can't even say it right. Who's the foe? Who's the real foe, man?
Yeah, can you believe that?
No. Wow, I'm learning a lot today.
Yeah.
He said the LTBQG. What? Marcos Morris, you like this tweet? I don't even know what this is. I can't even see it. Also, why? Why are you fucking like policing? Please don't do that. Like, the only reason why we're laughing at this, Grimes liking this, is because it's funny, okay? Oh my God. What happened to Voice? I am sick. Okay? I'm sick and tired of you hoes. All right? That's what I'm sick and tired of. But also just sick. I love ancient Greece. I just wish they hadn't made all the statues with cartoonishly huge dicks. That's an old Stavi banger. Can you yell at me to change my sheets? I got the mental illness. Change your sheets. Do it. So, like, bro, why'd you say that about Hitler? Like, be for real, bro, because I don't fuck with that guy. Chat knows it too, right? Chat, drop an L Hitler in the chat, guys. Oh my God, this is literally going to happen. This tweet has predicted the fucking future. Right, guys? Right, chat? Chat, drop a L Hitler in the chat. Come on. Chat, why are you saying W Hitler? Chat, stop saying W Hitler in the chat. Yo, on God. Chat, on God. You know I'm Jewish, chat. What the fuck? Chat, stop saying L Jew. Okay, but really stop. Don't say that, Twitch TOS, you will be banned. Okay, I was just making a joke about what's going to happen. You just got half a chat IP banned? Oh no. Pink-haired gnome warlock. W Hitler L Turk. Trump is a Hasnabi head. Some of you motherfuckers lose the plot regularly, okay? This is one of them. Anyway, literally though, when he goes through his community Discord post, there's Nazi propaganda being shown to him. That is not very surprising. Motherfuckers are hiding in every shadow, okay? They try to like... Listen, here's the thing. They try to fucking sneak that propaganda anywhere they can. Trying some anti-Semitic shit. Aiden, wait, for real, Kanye? Yeah, Aiden looking at Hassan. Nah, nopers. Aiden to Kanye. I don't know, man. Anyway. Is the interview today? No. I do not think that Aiden is going to dick ride. He said tonight, no. No, he's going to be doing something else tonight. He said, even on the Nick Fuentes call, that he had something big planned. And that he is not going to be doing the kind of thing tonight, I believe. You said Aiden gets why the interview will be bad, but does he have any working knowledge of how radicalization happens? Of course not. Do you think the average person who is even like more knowledgeable than Aiden Ross has any idea of how radicalization occurs? No. So why is your expectation to Aiden Ross, who is not as knowledgeable as the average knowledgeable person who likes politics and shit, why do you think he's going to know more than that? He's not. I mean, look at this. This is what's going on. Is he wearing Yeezys, by the way? Oh my God, dude. Ugh, yikes. Top G. He got the old ass Yeezys, no drip, dude. Dripless Andy. To the great state of Georgia, get out and vote for the wonderful Herschel Walker tomorrow. Herschel was a great athlete, and he will be an even greater United States Senator. To all the MAGA voters, that is, people that want to make America great again and put America first, tomorrow is a big and important day. First, vote for Herschel. I will be doing a major tele-rally in his honor in a few minutes at 6 p.m. Eastern. Did he even do that? This was yesterday. You see Nike dropped Kyrie Irving? Wait, really? Damn, does that mean my fucking anti-vaxxer 7s are... Because I got the anti-vaxxer 7s, like, those are actually fire. The Grey Wolf ones, too. Like, they're actually good shoes. God damn it, Nike. Destroying every fucking good shoe. First, the Hyperdunk is gone. And now my anti-vaxxer 7s are gone. They're such good basketball shoes. I don't give a fuck, dude. I will wear them proudly, okay? Maybe they're worth more now. The anti-vax 7s are fire. If they're 50% off, I'm going to go and buy a bunch of them. Straight up. Like, I actually love those fucking shoes. Them shits are fire, dude. Do not wear them. Save them. I mean, what am I going to do? I'm not going to sell them. I don't give a fuck. Are they union made? Yeah, dude. The finest child unions in Indonesia. Yeah. Yeah, they're union made by the Children's Union. Crocs are better, bro, for basketball. Yeah, let me just use some fucking Crocs. After Nike dropped him, he tweeted this law. There's a huge Nike sale for his shoes. Wait, for real? Oh my God, there is. What the fuck? Oh, they're trying to dump all of them. Bro, that's crazy though, because his shoes are fucking, those are fired. Dude, I'm buying some. I don't give a fuck. Yo, I'm literally fucking buying them, dude. I don't care. Oh, let's go. I don't give a fuck, dude. Okay. The Infinity, are those good? Or is that the one? This looks like the one I have. Damn, they got it in orange. No, oh, they got it in the UNC Jordan blue too, and the green. Fuck, that's fire. Those aren't the 7s though. These are the infinities. Watching your stream while it works, like browsing with Twitter with director's commentary on. Chat, he only likes the uniforms. Fuck those shoes, man. Bro, listen, dog. Listen, okay? I'm 6'4", 250 pounds. Basketball shoes are very important to me, okay? And when I find a good one that, you know, protects my ankles and can handle my fucking load-bearing ass, you know, I'm going to use it. Wearing Kyrie's a self-report for having weak ankles? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that when you're fucking automatically massive that you should just take the L on that or do those like weird TikTok ankle exercises. You know what I mean? This man just turned into a straight American capitalist, lol. Infinities look pretty good. They look kind of beefy, but I don't know. Maybe they're good. Hold on, boys. Second. Wearing G-cup bras is a self-report for having back pain. There's some like freaky ass designs too. There's some liberated free thinker ass designs up in here, dude. Kyrie's shoes have always had some fucking weird ass designs. It's always like, that's why it's anti-vaxxer 7s, dude. I'm not even kidding. Like, they always have some weird shit going on. Yeah, the Kyrie 7. Oh, damn. They are only 23% off. The Kyrie 7s are only 20. Dude, what the fuck? Bro, what the fuck, dude? What is this? 17 and 18 are the only ones left? Yo, guys, stop buying it, dude. Stop buying, please. What the fuck are you guys doing? Hold on. I'm definitely not buying this right now. Hold on one second. I'm paying for my rent money only to hate on you. What? What? Why? What are you doing? Hold on a moment. I'm not even kidding. I bought 3. Took the glasses off so you know it's real. You know what I mean? Hold on, guys. Which ones did you get? I'll show you in a second. I mean, I don't know. I got the orange ones. Wish I could afford 3 pairs of shoes. Hey, man, it's for the price of 1 right now. Wait, what the fuck? We can't process your order? Wait, shut the fuck up. Are you serious? Wait, why not? sold out before checkout. There's no way. Did I just get debanked, dude? I see so many TikToks roasting your fashion sense. I don't care, dude. I don't care. I don't know why you keep showing them to me too. Like, I don't care. It's fine. Yes, it's free. It's fair play. It's fair play. It's fair play to shit on someone's fashion sense. Okay? I don't know what to do about it. Like, I can't. I don't know what you want me to do about it. Like, the reality is like, it's one of those things where it's like super subjective, so everyone can have an opinion, and there's not really much you can say about it other than like, yeah, it's true. And I think for most people, they see it as a good avenue of attack, and I think it's an understandable good avenue of attack. You can't ever have fun. You can't ever have fun with friends, okay? Twitter will roast your ass, and everyone on TikTok just steals from Twitter. So TikTok is just like, Instagram is like week-old TikToks, and TikTok is week-old Twitter posts. Like, that's it. So, and it's not even like socialism is when no joy. It's literally just like, it's open season. People said it best. Like, there was a couple accounts that said it best. It's like, there will never be, I will never be able to experience joy publicly without an overarching amount, like an overwhelming amount of people being like, dude, fucking kill yourself. And they're sad. That's just the reality. Like, you know what I mean? These are sad people, and that's what Twitter is for. And I'm a sad person, which is why I know what this is like. I'm just as mentally ill. That's why I'm constantly on fucking Twitter. You know what I mean? The honest reality is that someone else wears this, they go, "Oh my God, that's so fire." You know what I mean? It's just vibes. And I saw plenty of people going, I don't know what the fuck is up with everybody, because it's like a decent, it's a decent fit. You know? Wide leg is back, baby. Yeah, people are just like, that's garbage, or whatever. But I mean, it is. No, please no negative seeking. Anyway, who cares? Best Rose, the gay slave owner one. Yeah, I thought that was funny. But the funniest thing is, like, I can't even take the L gracefully, where I can't even be like, that was funny, actually. You know what I mean? Because even then, they'll make content out of that. Any type of reaction that you make, any type of reaction that you have to it will still be used against you. You know what I mean? Where, like, I thought that there was a funny tweet, and then that person literally linked me reacting to it and, like, kept making content out of it. And ultimately, they're just trying to make content so they can, like, sell whatever song that they're singing, or you know, sell whatever the fuck they're trying to sell, Substacks, and that's basically what it is, which is fine. I mean, you know, everyone's in it. New game mode Swift Play, it's like unrated but fast. Oh shit. This is meant for those that want faster E-dates but don't want a spike rush. They take funny to the end until it's no longer funny. I have converted several of your tiny irony account haters into viewers, at least some people who understand your whole deal more. It doesn't matter to you, but I still do it because you don't deserve it. Thank you, M. Hud, for proselytizing. A lot of your fits would be better for things like jacket suits were tailored to you specifically, just an observation. Yeah. I'm just, whatever. It is what it is. It's just vibes, like you said. Any other celebrity wearing this would just pog over it. I mean, you guys pogged over it. Most people liked it. The saddest part is when people fucking like the fit, but then they see other people hating on it. So then they're like, oh man, maybe I should hate on it too. That's the saddest shit. And you really can't overcome that. There's nothing you can do about it. Because like if a lot of people are saying it's shit, then all of a sudden now you feel like you're on the out. Because when I first posted it, it was just mostly fans. So it was like everyone was saying it's really great. It's really great. It's really great. And then like some big irony accounts started saying like you look gay and like you look racist. You look like a slave owner. And then like most people were like, oh man, maybe it's not that good. It's whatever. It is what it is. It ultimately what do you call it? Ultimately accounts like this, you only get 110 likes. You know what I mean? When you say that. But if you say I look like I look like gay Willy Wonka the rapist or whatever, then you get like 10,000 likes. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Because it's like it's just that's how Twitter is. I'm not going to, I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing. Who gives a fuck? It is Gucci Harry Styles, yeah. You also have an insane amount of haters, yeah. This still the best tweet about your fit? Yeah. Quote tweeting on alt. Honestly, this is fine. Some of his other outfits suck, but I think people just like to hate this guy. Quote tweeting on main. This looks like the worst outfit Jamie Foxx gets to pick out in Django Unchained. Loser. Yeah, that is how it is. What is this? I saw a few comments of people saying I was ugly because I wasn't wearing any makeup, and I really want y'all to get the help y'all need because makeup isn't real. I'm beautiful in real life because of who I am, not what I look like. I wish I could bottle how I feel about myself and sell it because some people take the comments to heart and these people just say anything. I mean, truly, it's insane to say anyone is ugly, but especially me. I also saw a video earlier today. I can't find it now, but it's like a TikTok of a dude being like, oh man, I wish I was a better looking guy. And then like all the dudes gassing him up in the fucking replies. And then a TikTok immediately after, someone apologized to you, Raris on W. No, that wasn't an apology. That person is still fucking memeing. What's wrong with you? But it doesn't matter. It's fair play. Y'all are so funny. No one needs to, especially this person doesn't need to apologize to me at all. Like that was fair play. They're not calling me like a fucking rapist or anything. They're just saying I look like a Yu-Gi-Oh boss, or saying I look like a gay slave owner. You know what I mean? That's like that shit is actually infinitely funnier than like what 90% of people were saying. Well, that's another 5 posts from this person now. Yeah, I know. It's always funny because you see like accounts with like 10K followers and then they get like a massively hit tweet from doing that. And then like their entire content just kind of shifts over to just doing that over and over again for the next like week until it slowly goes from like, sometimes I'll watch it and it's like First, it's like 10K. Then it's like 5K. It slowly dries out because people move on. You know what I mean? Like, it's like 100K, 50K. Then it's like 10K. Then it's like 2K. Then by the end of it, you got like, 300 fucking likes on a tweet. But yeah, there's valid ones, there's valid jokes, and there's like fucking really weird, gross irony accounts that do weird shit. Dude woke up sad. Me? No, I mean, ultimately, you guys keep bringing this shit up, and I keep talking about it, and then you go, "Why are you talking about this?" We could be talking about Kanye West, okay? We could be talking about the top of the hour ad break, because ultimately, no matter what happens, I still got that. Okay? At the top of the fucking hour, there's still a 60-second ad break. Or not a 60-second, a 3-minute one. Fuck, my brain is still wired in the old version. If you no longer want to see those 3-minute ads at the top of the hour and the 1-minute ad in the middle of the hour, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5 or for free, Twitch Prime. Or you can get gifted a sub if you're lucky. Okay? Hasnabi, sorry you got to deal with shitheads, my dude, when you felt confident enough to put yourself out there with your face. Guys, ultimately don't feel sad. It just sucks because, like, it makes what I do unapproachable and toxic because other normies see all these, like, insane people. And Mud, why don't they ever use Pixie for good fits? Why do they never use this one? Bro, why do you know about John the Aman, dude? No. Isn't that his name? John the Aman, right? It's a Turkish fucking soap opera guy. Anyway, it makes that shit look, it makes our side of the fucking space look completely unapproachable because it is. But ultimately, like, my life is still pretty good, you know what I mean? I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy, and the person, I'm just glad that the person who, got a hit tweet out of that also feels kind of happy for a brief moment, you know what I mean? So I'll do that for you. I'll do that for you for a brief moment. Speaking of which, look at this shit. This is crazy.
A taser.
Twitch streamer Amaranth opened a gift from an anonymous viewer that included 70 grand in cash, a new iPhone, and a taser.
This is so strange. Is this a YouTuber who's like trying to pull a prank on me or some shit?
I'm almost certain that, like, that level of cash is not legal to just send like that. You have to, like, I feel like you have to inform the authorities that you are sending $70,000 in cash like that. Pretty sure anything above 10 grand needs to be reported to the authorities, even when you take it out of the bank. Like, if you try to take out more than 10 grand from your bank account, they will inform the FBI. Okay? Just letting you know. Fun fact. And I think the IRS gift reporting is like, what, 15 grand?
20,000. Another 10,000, $30,000. These are the 5s, the 10s. What the actual fuck? This has to be either a YouTuber or a taser.
The anonymous viewer included a letter containing phone numbers for a prepaid bodyguard service. The note also explained that the cash and self-defense essentials are to protect Amaranth from financial tampering. There's not like a creepy run away with me, please marry me like there normally is. I mean, that's cool. Hassan talking like withdrawing over 10K is an everyday thing. No, it's not an everyday thing, but I'm just telling you because I know the rules around it. Just because I know the rules about something doesn't mean I'm doing it every day. Part of my job is to know things. I don't know if you know this. Spent 30 seconds on one of her streams once in a show. In the short time I saw some of the most desperate, weird, down bad shadows I've ever witnessed. Won't do it again. Former banker here. We flag giant withdrawals like that, but depending on how they pull the money, we can't stop it. She shouldn't have given it the total she received, though. I mean, she shouldn't have done it on camera. That way she got 70 grand in non-taxable cash. You know what I'm saying? Who's going to know? Okay. Before we get to Kanye, let's look at some more stuff. Banned users react to Elon Musk allowing them back on Twitter. I can finally DM minors again and warn them of the dangers of grooming. Banned users letting me back here is a real cuck move. This is a victory for Project Veritas and anyone who believes in surreptitiously recording people saying stuff that's actually pretty non-controversial. Honestly, even I feel weird listening to and enjoying the college dropout at this point. I love the James Lindsay one, Conceptual James. All right, let's watch.
Lord, save us from the IQ stupid people.
That's
they
right,
may be
Lord.
Smart, but they don't have any sense. Now you know who they are. They're all over Washington, D.C. They walk around with Ziploc bags of kale that they can eat to give them energy. I don't eat kale. You know why? Because kale tastes to me like I'd rather be fat. Mr. Walker understands that Republicans may not be perfect, but the other side is crazy, folks. Dear Lord,
Yeah. Just another fucking. Just another guy with a stupid fucking. With a stupid fucking magna cum laude graduate of political science. Okay. Yeah, totally. I hate these smart paints. Why does his accent imply the N-word? I mean, you know why. This man has a JD, brother. He has a JD. The fuck you mean? Kale, I will not be having it. Watch Mitch McConnell and Kevin McCarthy get their handshakes rejected by the Capitol Police this morning at the ceremony. It's on Twitter. I mean, I don't give a fuck. I mean, fuck the Capitol Police. Fuck Kevin McCarthy and Mitch McConnell more, but like I don't give a shit. Okay? That stuff is for the birds. Like, I'll be honest, not the yucky or yum, but like that stuff doesn't track with me in the same way that it's supposed to. You know what I mean? Like it's a public display. Who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Let him fight. None of that means anything. All right, let's get to Kanye.
Take Michelle.
Yay. Nick, we're here. So this is Saturday.
This is like competitive racism. Also, I hate that he's also doing the high camera angle that I have for my guests on my fucking podcast, Fear and. But remember, like, the guy that Kanye West is talking to, one, the guy that Kanye was talking to, Gavin McInnes, like, is responsible for Vice, got kicked out. Also, racism done quick. Yeah, basically. Also, like, has boofed shit, like, on camera. Like, this is a person who has, like, shoved things up his asshole on camera, okay? He's like, done butt chugging. Just not a very cool guy in any meaningful capacity. Like, former Proud Boy leader. He created the Proud Boys. I think he also shoved the dildo in his ass to own the libs. That sort of thing.
Saturday afternoon, 2 days after the InfoWars interview. And I was just telling you before we started filming that we were watching it at home, and Ryan and I were just looking at each other. About every 20 minutes, we'd look at each other and just go, like, this is a big deal.
The funniest part about this, I cannot get over it, is the fact that, like, Kanye West is supposed to know aesthetics, right? Like, he's the aesthetics guy. He's supposed to be the first guy that recognizes when shit is just, like, whack. And that part of his brain is completely fried at this point, okay? He is like, the racism stuff obviously is you know, the most offensive. But, like, there are elements that were Kanye's strong suit that you expect him to, I don't know, you expect him to just fucking see. And it's just like, when you're sitting across from hipster Santa Claus, hipster racist Santa Claus, who's like, oh man, I really loved when you said you love Adolf Hitler. Like, that was so sick. Like, and the guy that's like running around with you is the biggest fucking sweatiest gremlin of all time. And you cannot comprehend that. Like, you've lost the plot. What happened? What happened? Like, Virgil Abloh, Louis Vuitton, Off-White, Adidas deals, Red Octobers with Nike, Balenciaga, Demna. Like, you have completely, that part of you that was like, I made Kim Kardashian into the fashion powerhouse that she is, it's gone. Just fucking fried, dude. The old Kanye West could have fucking smelled the nerdiness and the awfulness from this crew. The no sex having energy from this crew from a mile away. Like, that should have been his first defense mechanism against this kind of radicalization. And that part is, like, absolutely fucking fried.
This was an event. And I think that there's a spectrum of reactions, of course, and the biggest reaction, the most positive one, is it's the craziest, most punk rock thing since the Sex Pistols got kicked off the Bill Grundy show. But on the other end of the spectrum,
it's so punk rock, dude. You're right. Yeah. I love how punk rock it is. I love how punk rock it is when you're literally sitting across from Alex Jones, who, like, you know, interviewed the fucking president, who is famous for, you know, beefing up the American military apparatus and the American police state. There's nothing more punk rock than being pro-Trump and being law and order, okay? When I think of, like, counterculture, I think of what my grandfather thinks, okay? So my grandfather, unironically, would hate that kind of shit. But I'm saying, like, the average American reactionary granddad is, like, really into what you hear on Tucker Carlson and what you hear from Fox News. That is the opposite of punk rock.
People are saying this is bad for a presidential campaign, to say the least. Where do you stand on that spectrum?
I think it's awesome for a presidential campaign.
Yeah?
To have someone that's honest, that understands the state of the world, and that's ready to listen to what the American people need.
but Hitler's got a pretty bad reputation.
Well, who made that reputation? That was made by Jewish people.
Well, the murdering Jews was a pretty big part of his bad reputation.
Yeah, but some of it's incorrect. Also, the Holocaust is not the only Holocaust. So for them to take that and claim we're in...
Oh, they had a conversation with him, it seems. It seems they had a conversation with him behind the scenes, and they were like, bro, you can't say the... Jesus Christ. Is Kanye now how racist people try to look less racist because he's so off the wall? I mean, remember what I told you about Piers Morgan? Remember what I told you about fucking Piers Morgan, who like nonstop will Piers Morgan will nonstop have like people who are worse than him on his show. That's a lot of what these guys are doing now, it feels like. No phone while working? Yes, sorry. Based Kanye on the same line as the German government claiming the Holodomor, another Holocaust? What? No. What is happening? Why does this work for you? What take a day off and think about what you're saying. Anyway, someone had a conversation with him basically to be like, listen, dude, you can't just say like the Holocaust didn't happen. You have to say like there are other things like the Holocaust.
We have abortion right now. That's eugenics. That's genocide. That's a Holocaust that we're dealing with right now. So because Jewish people control the majority of the media, along with banks, along with real estate, along with malls, they can control the narrative. Like history is written by the winners. They were upset that Hitler was kicking them out of the country. By the time, the Holocaust, there's only 250,000 Jews left.
Well, really diving into it here.
Let's get into real information at this point. What did they think were gonna happen? Matter of fact, it's like, I think the Jews are like really, I think the Jewish like Mossad and Rahm Emanuel and Bibi Netanyahu and...
I love talking about varying degrees of Jewish people as a monolith. When you go from Mossad to Rahm Emanuel, what the fuck, bro, dude? What the fuck? There's nothing that just says you're just anti-Semitic and you haven't really thought about it than like talking about Rahm Emanuel and then Mossad.
All of them.
And
I think they
Netanyahu
really got soft out here. Like I'm getting to walk around and say the truth out loud. Oh no, they got him dropping headphones over here. But
it's like, wow, I can't believe they haven't murdered me. Yeah, dude, no one has experienced anti-Semitism before. Like, listen, brother, Mossad is too busy. Mossad is too busy with like with Iranian scientists right now to fucking like target anti-Semites in America. Okay, why the fuck would they do that? That's not what Mossad does.
But yeah, Jesus is king. Really, I just lean into what Christ needs me to do, and I'm 1,000% faithful as I can be as a man, and I repent for the things where I fall short. But the only way for us to bring America back to where it needs to be, this is a Christian country, and it needs to be ran by Christian leaders that don't bow to Jared Kushner, that don't bow to Rahm Emanuel. You already know DeSantis is a fake conservative. We don't even know who the Democrats are going to put up. And yeah, that's my answer to that.
Okay, I'm going to have an intervention here for you and Nick, and let me just make a case. Yeah.
I don't think there's a turning point here. I think people just see it for what it is. So the more he talks about like Christianity and the more he talks about like who's a real conservative and whatever, the more he promotes, I feel like his toxic brand is going to end up undermining other things that he is promoting at this point. You know?
Yes, there are almost 80 to 90% of Hollywood is Jewish, probably more.
What? Stop, dude! No, dude. What the fuck? He said, in all seriousness, like let's talk about the facts. I mean, 80 to 90% of Hollywood is Jewish. What the fuck? No. I mean, like 80 to 90, totally, dude. Definitely. What the fuck kind of a take is that, dude? That's insane. For those of you who don't know, I think like the Jewish population is 2% in general. That's it. Okay, the Jewish population in America is 2%, and as far as like Hollywood goes, if there is like a higher percentage of Jewish people in Hollywood, then it's maximum like 5 to 10%, not 80 to 90%. That is fucking insane. Okay, that's awesome. He said it's like 80 to 90%. No, it's not. That's not true.
Media, yeah, I'm going to say like 80% of media is Jewish. But I see the Jews we're talking about in these cases as liberal elites, high IQ.
But the funny part about it is like they try to fucking massage those numbers. They try to massage those numbers by just being like, nah, they're Jews. Like, even if they're not Jews, they're Jews. You know what I mean? Like, that's what they do. They will literally, like, Nazis would literally just be like, no, you don't get it. Like, actually, Mel Gibson, Jew. Like, anyone who's in Hollywood, also Jewish. If I can make that, if I can just say that, okay, and you tell me, like, well, that's not the case, then I could just turn around and say, no, they actually are Jewish, though, and you just don't know it. Oh, okay, I guess so. Never mind.
You people, whites, and when you have, like, they're disproportionately represented in medicine, too, because they have high IQs. So the problem isn't these Jews, and most of them are secular Jews, atheists. I don't see Soros as Jewish. So we have these secular, mostly atheist Jewish people with high IQs who dominate fields that tend to require high IQs. They're over.
The Jewish global population is actually under 1%, unless you're talking about the U.S. No, I'm talking about the United States. The United States Jewish population percentage is like 1%.
Represented in chess and mathematics, too. So the real issue here, and there is an ethnomasochism, there is some sort of...
By the way, this is like the race realist argument for it, okay? So there's like varying degrees of anti-Semitism and like Nazism, fascism, and one of the funniest ones, in my opinion, is like when they try to like bring up idiotic pseudoscientific reasons as to why it's happening. Like, there's a biological component here. Like, anyone who has looked into this even a little bit understands that like IQ as a metric is so malleable. There have been numerous studies conducted on the process. Like, IQ in and of itself is not representative of like your success in the way that these guys try to claim it is. But also IQ in and of itself is also a malleable metric that changes due to environmental circumstances. Like, for example, there have been studies conducted in India where like the same population and the same population's IQ greatly swings as a consequence of like whether there's a fucking famine or not. You know what I mean? Like, nutrition is a factor in your IQ. It's not like this, genetic. It's not like this genetic marker in the way that these guys try to describe it. But they have to like make it work. You know what I mean? That's the point. They need to like try to build the theory around the racism. The racism came first, so now they have to build a theory around it, right? And that's where it comes from. But yeah, this is something that a lot of like weird, gross racist people who are also super nerdy about their racism will do. That's why, Sam Harris having on the likes of like Charles, it's not Douglas Murray, right? It's Charles Murray, right? Whichever one, the fucking, yeah, it is Charles Murray. The one who did the most famous example of race science that Sam Harris called forbidden knowledge, okay? Is so devastating because when you have someone who wrote the bell curve, who again basically like wrote the book on a more liberal facing race realist, race scientist thing, a liberal facing book about like full of falsehoods about race science. You end up introducing shit like this, ideas like this to a broader audience without genuinely addressing it. Instantly and constantly disproven since its publishing. Yeah. The inventor of the IQ test himself said the scale itself does not measure intelligence because intellectual qualities are not comparable and therefore cannot be measured by comparison. Yeah.
Like, let's burn it to the ground. But I think that trait is a white trait, a liberal elite white trait. Oh, not even white per se, a liberal elite trait. Kamala Harris, Barack Obama, they also have these traits. And there's some sort of like lemming DNA in white people where when they reach a certain amount of success, they just want to take it off a cliff. And I don't like when Jews get pulled into that, because when I think of my Orthodox Jewish friends and even my Hasidic friends, these people are conservative, Trump-supporting, American patriots. And the Jews that are getting lumped in with this sort of ethnomasochistic cultural suicide tend not really to be Jewish. I call them ginos, Jews in name only. It's liberal elite whites you should have a beef with.
Yeah, but I lump them all in together. That's what I did. That's
good.
That's why the tweet said that, Jewish people.
Okay. But this trait, blacks are overrepresented.
Dude, Gavin McInnes is too into like esoteric fascist shit to be able to even adequately give Kanye West dog whistles, because like his dog whistles are so fucking boring. Okay? That's what's going on here. Kanye will listen to him because he knows he's like one of the racists, right? Like he's one of the racists. Like his group has told him like, no, don't worry. Like you can trust Gavin. He's going to tell you some good racist stuff. Don't worry. But like, it's boring. So kind of like, whatever. Yeah, it's cool. I guess. Who cares? Like Alex Jones was more on the spot trying to stop Kanye from saying like overtly anti-Semitic and overtly racist shit, specifically so that they could, he could fix it a little bit. He could fix his rhetoric a little bit. Dog whistle adequately.
Represented in violent crime. But when you meet an individual black person, you don't apply that. You start with a fresh slate every time you meet someone. Do you do that with Jews?
Nope.
This intervention isn't going very well. I mean, when I talk to Ron, I know.
It's wild that Gavin McInnes has to not say like unhinged anti-black stuff. So for the first time in a long time, he had to tack on person after saying black, purely for optics, purely so he doesn't lose the attention of Kanye West, because, ultimately Kanye West could be like, okay, well, you're being a little fucking over the top racist here. Also, what a celebration. What a wonderful moment. Let's take pause here and celebrate how fucking joyous this anti-Semitic conversation has been. This is why I said this is competitive racism.
that Jews are a tenacious bunch and they're great for every movement, especially the conservative movement. Who's helping me sue the SPLC? Ron Coleman. Who's helping me sue Rutherford for shutting down my talk, or Penn State for shutting down my talk? John Gross, Rabbi John Gross. I don't know, they tend to get the system, and maybe it's because they've been ostracized from the system for so long, they're good at hustling.
They complicated the system. They put it in Yiddish.
What?
Every business needs a hip.
What the fuck? This is interesting conversation. Watching this conversation is very interesting. It's like I said, it's like they're arguing on, like, everyone's like, we've established that we're anti-Semitic, right? But like, how anti-Semitic can you be? It's like, is Fortnite still a good game meme? But instead it's like, how much anti-Semitism should we be doing, really? You know what I mean?
Hipster, a hacker, and a hustler. We're good hipsters in that we're creative. The hackers and the hustlers, that's like the tech guys. Asians tend to dominate the hacker part, the tech part. Hustlers, salesmen, guys who can say,
bro, I just like, dude, I love these. Like, these stereotypes are so funny. It's like, bro, you just straight up have never met, like, have you never met like a third generation, I don't know, Vietnamese person? Like, what do you mean? Like, all Asians across the board, they're all hackers. Like, it's just, you are relying on clownish stereotypes. Okay? Across the board, the model minority Asian rhetoric that conservatives apply just ultimately eliminates broad swaths of the Asian population in this country. Okay? It's wild. Also, none of it has anything to do with genetic components.
sets it up, they tend to be Jewish, and they would be an integral part of your campaign.
See, stereotypes exist for a reason.
Sure, I'm fine with stereotypes.
I'm sure we'll get a lot of Jew votes, but the only thing about there is it's actually not a lot of Jew votes because there's actually not a lot of Jews in America. You know, there's 5 million Jews in America. We have, you know, if you include the illegal aliens, there's 400 million Americans. There's how many potential voters are there in America? 300 million potential voters, 260 million.
Sure, right.
Yeah, 260 million voters, but yet the Jewish people run America. And also, they got China scared, and I don't...
Do they? Like, is that what's happening? How are they... Where is this happening?
I don't think that they run... I don't feel like they run Russia. But everywhere else, they're all in South Africa
Most of the
now.
oligarchs are Jewish, aren't they, in Russia?
Okay, well, they run that too. But Christ
is like, thank you for giving me new information about some other stuff that the Jews run. I guess they run Russia too. Add that to the list. That's it. Once someone has been welcomed into the in-group, like, they could just tell you whatever, and Kanye West will be like, all right, I agree. To all the Jews in the chat, did you know this? Did you know? Yeah, well, you learned today, okay? You run the show.
Christ runs the world. Jesus.
Please help me get the new Kyrie Irving shoes. I've been trying on the other screen, and it's not letting me, okay?
Christ is king, and there's a power structure. I talked about it on Alex Jones, where it's the old families, and these aren't Jewish guys. It's like Italian, like Medici, that territory. Then it goes to Vatican, which is the blood of Peter and not Paul. And Peter denounced Jesus. And then you go to BlackRock and Vanguard. You go to the financial groups, and then beneath that you have governments. You have the world leaders, so to say. Then you go to Hollywood, where Ari Emanuel is getting too much credit because even though his UFC fighters couldn't even...
Wait, what? Like, what? The fuck? I mean, I don't even know if like like my man's name is Mortimer, dude. What the fuck are you talking about? Like what do you mean? His name is Mortimer J. Buckley. Like what are we talking about right now? What do you mean? I guess it's like it literally is like it doesn't matter. No, he is Christian. I know he is. Bro, his last name is Buckley. There is not a Jewish person on the planet whose last name is fucking Buckley unless they wanted to do like a Jon Stewart style thing and like, you know, hide their Jewish last name so they could get more opportunities. Okay? His last name is Buckley, man. What the fuck are you talking about? Why are people trying to be like, oh, maybe mixed heritage? No, man, the dude is fucking Christian. Doesn't matter. The point is, Kanye West thinks everyone is Jewish, okay? Like, the reason why I showed you this is because it is yet another example, like the Bernard Arnault example. Like, it's just everyone is Jewish, okay? If they're in power, he attributes being in power and maintaining capital and owning capital and controlling capital to be a Jewish trait. So, of course, you can't convince him. You can't convince him otherwise because he's like, no, if they're empowered, they're Jewish. Okay? That's the point. And I say this as someone who also like is not mentioning that like this is somehow that like Jewish people in positions of power are operating outside of the confines of capitalism. They're not. Jewish people in positions of power are still capitalist, okay? WASP people in positions of power are capitalist. They are operating on a capitalist position. They want to maintain control over capital. They want to continue accumulating capital at the tippy top. There is no nefarious Jewish conspiracy, just like there is no nefarious WASP conspiracy. The conspiracy is capitalism. And I don't mean conspiracy in the 9/11 conspiracy style wording. I mean, they are conspiring very openly and brazenly, okay?
He couldn't make them any money until they got on YouTube. He's still considered this like champion Hollywood guy because he's the one that wrote the open letter after he had the humiliation ceremony with Elon Musk. And that's the reason why I said that, remember, this is my last tweet. It wasn't about Elon being overweight. It's the fact that Ari Emanuel was hosing down our favorite Iron Man, Elon Musk. And I said, bro, you know, what is the point of having all of that, you know, money and all of that intelligence to go in and you buy Twitter? And they're like, we're going to bankrupt you and pull all.
Okay, he didn't want to buy Twitter. He was forced to buy Twitter. Can we just stop saying Elon Musk bought Twitter deliberately, like, because he's a fucking five-head genius, when he didn't want to buy Twitter and was forced to buy Twitter? Why is this narrative sticking? I don't understand it. Elon Musk literally said he was going to buy Twitter and then spent the entire like 2-month period in between trying to not buy it, only to be forced into purchasing it, only to be forced into purchasing it by a Delaware court, okay?
All of the advertisement unless you bow to the Jewish people. And that's something that I'm just not willing to do. And then Ben Shapiro is running this narrative that I'm gonna kill myself, right? And he's like, oh, due to his mental health, he's gonna kill himself. That way, if they did attempt to kill me or kill me like they killed Michael Jackson or JFK, or Aaron, what is the guy's name? Aaron Carter, the guy who wanted to talk to me about the Harley Pasternak situation. If they did do that, they would say, oh, it's Ye's mental health. So it's like, how many times do I have to prove, or how many times do I have to do something like so miraculous for people to see that it's brilliance and it's not mental health? Like me wearing a mask gives me this ability to not have to worry about showing my face, so I can think about what I'm saying and I can channel. When you load up a picture of Michael Jordan, he's smiling, he's jumping from the free throw line, he's got his shirt off. When you load up a picture of Phil Knight, you can't even see him. He's got his hat low, you know, he's jogging 10 steps ahead of his wife. I've actually seen him do this before. When I saw that in real life, I was like, oh, that explains my issue with Nike. And then then Phil Knight goes and supports a conservative Republican on purpose as a, how do you say F-U in Christian? As a,
screw up?
As a slight to Nike, right? And then he goes and says, he comes back to say, oh, Kyrie, you took it far. Shut the hell up, Phil Knight. Nobody cares. No one's exploited the culture more than Phil Knight and Nike. Nike.
Do you think Kanye's beyond the point of this being a bit? Could he redeem himself? Is he the next Andy Kaufman? No, man. This is not a bit, brother. What the fuck do you mean? How can you at this stage still fucking operate on the belief that this is a bit? That's wild.
Nike is not even
I gotta pee, I'll be back.
Progressive, prosperous organization anymore. Nike is what is the opposite of prosperity? Disparity. This is a disparaging organization. Nike is used to gerrymander because black people like Nike. So Nike writes BLM on the side. Nike gets LeBron to say whatever he's paid to say, right? In order to control the black votes and to keep the black votes inside of a 90% net that we vote as a block. And we're so used to the pain. You start with the sugar, then you take the fathers out the home, then you put the sex trafficking strip clubs, then you put the alcohol, the Hennessy, all in that. And then if you have someone, you say, look, over here, you're not gonna get any of that, but you're gonna get freedom and prosperity. No one knows what that tastes like. People know what pain tastes like. They know what the Hennessy tastes like. They know what not having a dad there tastes like. They know what mom having in the DR, moms, you know, people have to go into prostitution a lot of times. So they know what that tastes like. So people, the devil you know, they trust the devil they know versus the one that they don't know. And right now you got a thing where me as a black man that was separated from my dad, and my mom was a liberal and she went to a state school called Chicago State, and they gave her a job there. And put us on the south side of Chicago on 79th Street. My experience, right, has brought me to be the richest, black man of all time, a multi-billionaire. And the people at Adidas,
that's
they
never
wouldn't
been
even
true,
take
but
meetings
okay.
with me. And I was 68% of their online sales and brought Adidas back. And then when I was in the Kardashian family, I had no say-so on where we had Christmas. There was only one time that I even got to design the Christmas party. Or when I had the meeting with Trump, it was all about how I could help him with the black vote. So I see as a black person, we could talk about race. Yeah, race. The whole world's racist. We get it. But it's more that black is looked at as like a vehicle. It's like a Mercedes-Benz. It's like if someone has a bunch of cars, this is the way politics works. It's like someone has an SUV. Well, that's the 70% white America. That's my family car, right? But then they got this motorcycle over here that maybe they need to ride on the weekends. That's the black vote. And nobody better steal their motorcycle. Oh, Ye's wearing a red hat. He's trying to steal our motorcycle. We need to keep our motorcycle.
Dude, nobody thinks that like Kanye West is going to successfully steal the black woke, quote unquote. That's not a thing. Only really racist people think that. Which is why it's funny that he's like going off about this.
Right here in this one place, in case I want to drive the black vote into wherever we want to drive it. And I have this cousin, like a lot of people in my family, and this is the reason why I don't ever show up to no family reunions. A lot of people in my family are like cops. They're literally police agents, went to war and all this stuff. So my dad is always trying to put me on the phone with cousins and family members I never heard of. And right when they get to texting a lot of stuff, I'm like, look at this woke dude. And I tell him I put the woke to sleep. We can save all that woke conversation for me, because that woke conversation is just rehashing black misery and complaints with no solutions. You know, we're inventors here. I gave a bit of the perspective right now, but what I'd like is, and what I praise God for is, we are beings with engineering opportunities. There's a lot of culture that we got to just clean that out. We got to say, okay, for a fact, there's a collusion of Jewish attorneys, managers, and everything else you can think of, that they don't abort their children. They only marry within their tribe, right? And then they'll give America porn, not just.
Bro, what do you mean they don't abort their children? It's like literally allowed to have an abortion in the Jewish religion, in the Jewish faith. Like, that's not even, what the fuck? It's not even a consideration. Like, it makes no fucking sense. He married a porn star and Kushner married outside of the faith. Explain that logic. Yeah, I mean, look, dumb people look at anecdotes over empirical evidence. Really dumb people take it one step further, and they can't even comprehend anecdotes that are right in front of them. Okay? Understand that Kanye West was a dumb person, and now he has moved on to a really dumb person status, okay? It's like when you reach a delusional point where you don't even fucking see empirical, or when you don't even see like anecdotal evidence in front of you that could prove the empirical evidence. You're like, nope, doesn't matter.
Black people, but poor white people and Mexican people. They use porn in wars. It's like gas. We want to talk about gas chambers. This is the gas chamber. It's a silent killer, and it's legal, and they put it on every single block. And they use my ex-wife to sell it, and they also want to dumb us down. Look, let me let some of these other incredible individuals speak for a second.
Incredible.
I'm gonna put my hand back on the Bible.
Jews suffer from porn the same way everyone else does. The idea that they are controlling everything and then saying, I'm going to use it to sabotage the white man. You look at Jew birth rates, for example. That sounds terrible. But you look at like Orthodox, Hasidic, and secular atheist types. They're not having any kids either. So this whole idea that they're like, Jews will not replace us, Jews are wiping us out. These elitist Jewish people are wiping themselves out. They're the victims of the same porn. So my point is that if you look at real Jews, Orthodox and
I love that. Yeah, porn is the reason why the birth rates are declining. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. Man, the analysis is on point today. It's just like, it's not only obviously a transparent falsehood, some of which is very dangerous. It's also entirely stupid. Like the conversation does not have any sort of like grasp on the real world in any meaningful capacity.
and more
drug
traditional.
dealers get addicted to crack too.
Right, but the idea that they're over here going, they're over here like pulling it down with the rest of the elite globalists. They're all destroying Western culture.
That's Satan. And the main issue for any religion, the main issue is that Christ is king. Christ is the true king of Israel. Christ is the king of all kings. If you don't believe in Jesus Christ, you...
What is the conspiracy? What is the counter to birth rates? Birth rates in every country that is developed declines inevitably. That's just the normal part of the process. Like any country that improves its living conditions, its material conditions, will inevitably face declining birth rates of the natural born citizens. That's it. And part of the reason is because people are overworked. You haven't said why. What do you mean? People are just fucking working, dog. People have too much access to amenities. There is no need to pop out like 11 fucking kids because 8 of them are going to die. You don't need farm hands, okay? You don't need hands to fucking milk the cow and sow the land. Toil the land simultaneously. Fuck do you mean? As medicine improves, the need to have a replacement population isn't as needed. Farmers don't need to have more kids to farm. Along with that, corporate grindset culture has made children a burden. Yeah. There are multiple reasons as to why birth rates decline when a country is industrialized, and then when a country improves the material conditions of its citizens. Okay? We have birth control. That's one of the reasons, for sure. Absolutely. We have more autonomy, more freedom for people to choose not to have children. Okay? They're not like, baby trapping people. Children are also incredibly expensive and time-consuming. That capitalist grind set has also made it impossible to have a child and also maintain a career so you can keep surviving. Efficiency is also a factor here. Like I said, you don't need farm hands. Okay? Then why didn't China birth rate go down till they legislated it? Oh, that's such a funny fucking take. Because the Chinese birth rate literally is currently happening. What you're describing is currently happening, and not even because of, they are trying to combat their birth rate declining at the moment. You're so wrong. You are literally wrong about this. You're talking about one-child policy like this is 1994 or some shit, bro. What are you talking about? The one-child policy is long gone. Long fucking gone. China currently, contemporary China is experiencing the exact opposite problem now. Anytime birth rates get brought up, the freaks show up. Yeah, now they want the Chinese population to go up again. Iran is one of the most censored internet porn access, and its birth rates have also gone down big time over the last few years. Saudi Arabia birth rates have gone down. Turkish birth rates have gone down. Birth rates have gone down in places that improve technologically, and where people are forced to work in like blue collar jobs until they're 75. The notion that China has like a one-child policy is a silly one. That's not. They're trying to do their very best to combat it at the moment. The birth rate crunch is a real issue, but cycles like Gavin don't realize the answer is immigration law. India have plenty African countries and India have plenty of people, and it's a growing population, but there are two races to let them into the West. Yep. Japan is an example of what happens when you have a deeply xenophobic, nativist immigration policy. When you want to keep yourself an insulated, isolated nation, you end up having a nation that has a fat chunk of 70-year-olds. Feels like a lot of you're just guessing. Feels a lot like you're just guessing. You think this is bro science to the max? What studies have you done to come to this conclusion? I just gave you declining birth rates in countries that have banned pornography, which should be evidence for you if you think porn is the main reason. I also told you that every country consistently, if you look at the data, every country consistently have declining birth rates that correlate to improving material conditions, medical science, medical technology, and a lack of need for multiple fucking farmhands, or a lack of need to overcome poverty-ridden, childhood fucking deaths. I mean, I haven't conducted my own studies on the matter, but this is pretty basic stuff. You're literally looking at a... It feels like you're looking at you would read a book and be like, well, actually, you haven't, you're just writing the studies that you've seen on this book here, and you haven't conducted it yourself, so don't know if I can believe you.
You are wrong. And anyone that doesn't believe in Jesus Christ should not be in control or in any influence to anything that America produces, be it media, technology, politics, farming, medicine, prisons. If you do not believe in Christ and you're not following Christ in the decisions that you make, you should have no influence on that.
Well, that's going to be a tough thing to institute. So you're president of the United States. The Hitler thing does not hurt your campaign. First day
it helps my campaign.
Okay, it helps your campaign. Yeah. You're in office. It's day one, and someone walks in and they go, so what are we going to do about these Jews? What do you say?
What do you mean do about them? What do you
is there any action involved? They're overly represented in lots of people who don't believe in Christ. I would probably wager that in your average hospital in New York, maybe a third or less believe in Christ. So are you...
What are we going to do about these non-believers of Christ is insane. Not as insane as what are we going to do about the top of the hour ad break, which comes at the top of every hour, where there's a 3-minute ad break, obviously. If you no longer want to see those ads, though, don't worry. Fret not. All you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime, or by getting gifted a sub if you're lucky. Okay? All the non-believers are going to believe in the top of the hour ad break real quick. Dynamic Jab 13, thank you for the 8 gifted subs. A unique number. Allowing 8 people to no longer see the ads. Here's the 3-minute ad break now and a 1 minute in the middle of the hour. There it is. Yeah, he literally said, what's your take on the Jewish question? What an insane fucking conversation to be having, dude. What a wild time to be alive. Homie just straight up said, what do you think? What is to be done about the Jews? Socially Unaware Chatter, thank you for the 5 get the subs. King Hidora, thank you for the 5 get the subs as well.
Are you suggesting we get rid of 2/3 of the doctors?
Not get rid of, not violently get rid of them.
Fire them?
I think that Jews are very intelligent, but they don't deserve to be in charge of everything because they don't put Christ in.
Well, how do you legislate that?
They need to work for Christians. Jews should work for Christians. I'll hire a Jewish person in a second. If I knew they weren't a spy and I could look through their phone and follow them to their house and have a camera all in their living room.
Why is this fun? I mean, they're laughing, but that's an insane. He's just a Nazi. Black Kakarot, thank you for the Black Catarot, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. He's just he's just saying like Jewish people can work for others as long as I can control everything they do. Like, why is Nick Fuentes laughing at that? He agrees with that. I'm pretty sure.
It just my problem with anti-Semitism is it feels like a mental rut where, as Jared Taylor says, if it rains on your birthday, you blame it on the Jews, and it stifles creativity. We have to spread.
Yeah, he's saying too much anti-Semitism makes you less creative. You got to have like the right amount of anti-Semitism, like Gavin does. You know, he said it stifles creativity to blame the Jews all the time. You need to blame Jews in a creative way, Kanye. That's your problem here, okay? That's awesome.
Out the blame, and I think the blame should be spread to modern liberal elites.
The Jews stifle my creativity. I tell you that. I've sat and slapped.
The funniest thing is like the Nazis have an answer for what Gavin is saying, but ironically, hipster Gavin hasn't done the Nazi reading, I guess, to just say it. Cultural Bolshevism, right? Like that is like Gavin McGinnis is currently talking about like the degeneracy of like atheists, right? Non-Jewish atheists and non-Jewish secular people. And the degeneracy that they promote in like Western culture. This is a fundamental part of Nazi ideology. They had already fucking brought this shit up. You know what I mean? Like that's the point is you're supposed to say, like the Nazis are supposed to say in this circumstance, like, oh no, what you don't understand is it is actually like liberal degeneracy, you know, and moving away from Christianity and being godly. And it's being done by the Jews as well. Like that's the whole Frankfurt School, cultural Marxism, which is a more modernized version of what Nazis used to say, which is cultural Bolshevism. The idea that like Jews in elite society have made everybody perverts by showing them pornography, like Kanye West says, and and like degenerating the otherwise supreme Western Christian attitudes through feminism and things like that.
I slept at David Simon's ranch in Canada. Slept at David Simon's house at Jamie Salter's ranch. I, signed my name next to the Gap. I've done a lot of things where I'd say, hey, I can sell stores. I have like all the best intentions, right? Let me sell affordable clothing to college kids, the way I was able to sell affordable music to college kids and to high school. And I remember not being able to afford the best design when I was young, and I had this dream and this vision of doing this. And when I got to Gap and when I got to these other companies, they would come and call me and say, we got an idea. We'll open up one store for you in Atlanta. And they felt like they had the right to call me, King Ye, on FaceTime and deliver this dumb, stupid Jewish idea to me. And I was sick of it. I was like, you know what? DEFCON 3, I'm sick of it. Everybody shut up with your stupid ideas. And it's like with the stupid malls, with all of the things that are in foods, the way they put the country, it's like, bro, I love Jewish people. I love all people. I love people who like have canceled my accounts, all that. But they should not be the people in charge, is what I'm saying. They've had their run.
Wow. I think CEOs of corporations are overpaid. You know, you have these workers making $25 an hour, and then you find out the CEO of the company's making $500 million a year. That's a bad thing. But if you try to legislate that and change it, you're going to make it worse. What are you going to do? Start regulating the salaries of certain CEOs? They'll just go to another country, or they'll go to another business, or they'll go to another system. So,
yeah, no, there's nothing we can do about that. Thanks, man. Again, Nizad. What? I don't even know what that. Okay, thank you for the 5 get the subs.
Though there are some problems that you see ahead of you, when you try to get the government to fix them, you're just going to make it far worse. Say you went into the media and said, we need to cut down the amount of Jewish people in the media. That's going to be absolute catastrophe.
Yeah, there would be no media, right? Immediately no media.
But don't you think Jews have helped you get rich?
And where's that money today?
Well, it's frozen, I guess.
Yeah, as soon as I didn't play by what they wanted to use my black voice for, they froze everything in front of everyone. They took the IP, they smeared me every day, and...
What? Dude. God, I've been drinking energy drinks all day and I'm still so fucking tired. How is that even possible? Listen, this conversation is so fucking stupid, dude. You can't say shit like that. One, because it's untrue. Two, because it's violent and dangerous. In any job, Kanye West still has a platform. Most places would have been like, get the fuck out of here. They would have fired you in a heartbeat for saying like half of what Kanye has said. It's crazy.
And I feel freer because of it. I'm far happier. And, you know, I'm just in love with life. It's, as soon as I signed that record label, I was already hopping on that Jewish slave ship. And now...
I would argue you wouldn't have hip-hop without Jews.
And look at hip-hop. You like hip-hop?
Not anymore.
Why don't you like it anymore?
Well, where I live in New York, it's all about drill rap, and it's just people saying, I'm going to kill you because you're from a different project, and then they go over and kill the guy. And it's not drug wars, it's not turf wars, it's just 4 project houses in the South Bronx yelling about how they're going to kill each other and then carrying out that killing.
Yeah.
It's not very glamorous to me.
I'm not into killing. God said, you know, thou should not kill. That's it. We should not kill, period. That's it. That's the thing about when people see my tweet, they're like, did he kill anyone?
Drug wars famously killed nobody. Nobody famously dies in drug wars except for in drill. It's just all about just killing. He's like, it's like, I liked it when there was commerce attached to the murder. Meanwhile, you know who has killed way more than, you know, the amount of murders in drill? Hitler. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I believe that certain messages were pushed by the CIA and Jewish people and accepted by Jewish people in the music for money that have destroyed our communities and destroyed our consciousness. But we're going to survive as a humanity. Right now, we're being beat into unconsciousness, but we are intelligent people. And there's intelligent Jews, but Jews aren't the only intelligent people. Jews aren't the only inventors. I mean, Hitler was an inventor, for Christ's sake. Hitler was a Christian inventor. And
he invented the concept called the Holocaust, which, you know, arguably you could say he took a lot of notes from prior atrocities, but, you know, put his own spin on it, I guess. What else did Hitler invent other than the Holocaust?
I just like saying stuff like that. Doesn't it, like, it just sits in such a good place? Like,
yeah, it's got some assonance to it. But yeah, I don't think Jews are that well known for inventing. That tends to be more of a Scottish thing. But they managed to harness the power of those parties in the Bronx in the 80s and take hip-hop from a pile of rubble into probably the most popular form of music in the world, or definitely in the West. And I don't know.
There's some things, Jewish people have done some good things, and they've done some bad things. And I'm pointing out the things that need to change. But they don't want to have that conversation about change. They rather try to whip me in public to make sure no one else will have that conversation. And since...
Not wrong about Scottish inventors. I mean, Scottish people have invented a lot of shit, but like, dude, this is such a dumb conversation. Like, attributing one group of people into like having more historic inventions is silly.
We won't have it. Since y'all didn't want to have the conversation with me in private, I guess we got to take it out.
Every part of this conversation is so fucking stupid at this point. It's like, chicken tikka masala is the greatest Scottish invention. No shot. The Dutch invented gin and stroopwafels, so we win that contest every time. Winky face. Oh my god. I don't know what else to say here other than just like Scots invented being colonized by England. Okay, calm down, everybody. I know the Trump organization has been found guilty of tax fraud. I know.
Outside then, huh? So now we having a conversation outside, baby.
I guess my argument, I'll drop it after this, but I guess my argument is the trait that you're talking about, I call it ethnomasochism, where you just hate yourself, is a genetic white thing. And I think it's wrong to blame on the Jews. Jews are overrepresented in it because they have high IQs. Now, here's one piece of proof. Scotland. Scotland is the most woke country in the world. It hates itself. They have open border policies for refugees. The most PC judges, the most woke DAs. It's like Berkeley and Portland times 1,000. That's not a Jew thing. That was whites wanting to sabotage themselves.
Well, I don't think that the Jews are particularly ethnomasochistic. If you look at all the blowback to Ye, they're very defensive. They're very paranoid, you could say, almost pathologically paranoid.
Bro, what do you mean? I wonder why Jewish people are paranoid, dude. Maybe because one of the fucking most famous artists of all time is literally going on every avenue he can to say that like Jews control everything, literally trying to reinstigate the same anti-Semitic fucking flames that caused the Holocaust to happen, that caused multiple pogroms to happen originally. It's like saying Jewish people are paranoid is one thing, but saying Jewish people are paranoid while giving them reason for that paranoia is entirely a different level of stupid. Like, that's wild. The man sitting across from you, okay, hipster Santa Claus, hipster alcoholic Santa Claus literally said, what do we do with all the Jews? He said, what is to be done? He said, the final solution. Like, he's like trying to get you to say the answer to the Jewish question. And you're over here being like, oh man, Jews are so paranoid. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I wonder why people are like, hey man, you are insane. What is going on here? This is crazy. Gavin is like, please, bro, channel that amazing hate towards liberals in general so we can effectively use you. Yeah.
About threats to their well-being. I agree with you that liberalism is a poison. I'm not a liberal, and I think that liberalism has poisoned the well for white people, but if you look at white kids, there's nothing, I don't think, intrinsic in white people that makes them hate themselves. Like, when I was a kid, kids loved Hitler in the sense that we see the...
What? No, dude, what the fuck? What kids, bro? What kids? He's like, bro, he's like, dude, come on. When I was a kid, he's like, when I was a kid, Kids loved Hitler. The kids that loved Hitler. He's like, come on. When I was a kid in 1935, us kids, didn't we love Hitler? What the fuck?
Videos and we see the propaganda and the symbols, and there's something compelling about it just on an aesthetic level.
What? I've never heard that before. When you were a little...
Even Kevin McGinnis is like, what the fuck are you saying? Oh, Jesus Christ. Even fucking racist, Nazi adjacent hipster Santa's like, what? Kids love Hitler? What the fuck are you saying, dude? Oh, that's funny, man. That's
kid, like 8 years old. All your friends liked Hitler?
Well, maybe not 8 years old, but on 4chan and on the internet.
Okay. Yeah.
Very
Teenage.
popular. And that's not to say anything about murder or discrimination or prejudice, but there is something compelling about pride in your people and these kinds of things. And by the way, who are the architects of leftism? People always point.
Yeah, dog. None of those motherfuckers are kids anymore, okay? I hate to break it to you, but they're all those motherfuckers on 4chan that talk like they're kids are actually 45-year-old divorced dads now, okay? They were kids when you were basically protein in your fucking father's ball sack, you dumb fuck. And they're still trying to relitigate and relive the glory days that they once had when they were trolling on the internet. But like, is so gone. It's all the pee-pee now. It's David the pee-pee.
Point the finger at cultural Marxism. Cultural Marxists got kicked out of Germany by Hitler because they were Jewish leftists. And
atheists, too. Like Marx, Soros's dad, they were all atheists. I think when you look into this sabotage, you're going to see a disproportionate number of people who don't believe in God.
Well, but there's something about Judaism, too, though, that it's not just that they don't believe in God, but they don't believe in Jesus Christ. And I think that so much of our atheist society is really a product of Judaism. They're really kind of like the first atheists. Karl Marx was Jewish, and so much of what happened in the 18th, 19th, 20th century was driven by Jews.
But Jews, I don't think you can be a Jew if you don't believe in God.
Well, ethnically, they are Jewish. That's how they define themselves, by bloodline, right?
Yeah, but as soon as you give up believing in God, you give up on Judaism.
Jews don't see it that way. Jews think that there are Jews that follow the law and there are Jews that don't follow the law, but they all see each other as family. Even the ZOA, the Zionist Organization of America, they recently criticized the ADL and said, hey, your anti-white propaganda is blowing back too much on Jewish people. They said, stop pushing anti-white because people are confused and they think you mean Jews.
Orthodox Jews deeply resent secular Jews, and they say, you guys are ruining our name. That Ron Coleman says the head of the teachers union is the worst person in the world and has done the most damage to America. Orthodox Jews hate liberal secular Jews.
I think that they hate what they're pushing, but I think they all see each other as basically family. And regardless of whether they're secular or religious, I think what Ye's getting at, which is salient, is...
This is the worst part about it. Nick is the most effective propagandist out of all of them. Even though he also gets very horny about Nazi shit and can't stop himself, ultimately, from saying like a bunch of Nazi shit. But as far as like, Jewish people being like an ethnic group, yes, there is an ethnic consideration. That's why like Jewish people come from very different, say like nationalities and very different racial backgrounds even, right? But ultimately, it is adding on a nefarious spin to that because I know where he's coming from. I know why he's saying that. He's saying that specifically so that he can then turn around and be like, and that's why they're always fucking together and like, fucking shit up. Okay? But then he also fucking turns around and like says that like secular Jews exist, therefore all Jews don't believe in Christ, therefore there's something wrong with not believing in Christ or whatever. And that's just like nerdy Christian fascist bullshit. It's like he's such a nerdy Christian nationalist that like he's like, oh well, they don't even believe in Christ. They must be bad. And then Kanye fucking promotes that. It's so stupid.
Let's say you're right and atheists aren't really Jews and there are religious Jews. Either way, they don't believe in Jesus. And what's the consequence of having, like,
that's the worst crime. They don't believe in Jesus.
Acknowledged in media and Hollywood in particular, and entertainment industry, communication industry, run by people that don't believe in Christ. And not just like
who cares? Who cares? First of all, that's not the case. But even if that was the case, who cares, you fucking idiot? It's like people saying there's an LGBT agenda in Hollywood. I wonder why all the fucking gay theater kids that you bullied in high school gravitate towards, the gay theater arts category and then make the best content. Like, that doesn't mean that there's like this fucking nefarious reason for it. People are not motivated by like some evil secondary interest. They're just normal. Everyone is normal. Well, Nick is not a normal person. He is actually a vicious, vile, anti-Semitic Nazi, so he thinks that everyone else is motivated by some kind of hatred on the opposing side, but that is not the case. Most people just go, yeah, man, I don't know, I just kind of like the art stuff, and then everybody called me gay. Now I'm in fucking Hollywood, doing more gay shit, but on camera. And then conservatives are like, why is everybody liberal and gay in Hollywood? It's like, well, you kind of created the circumstances for that. You know what I mean? You did that. Christian nationalism, by the way, is largely just a rebrand for incels. The Jesus reason gives them their big excuse to hate women and think twerking is equal to murder. Yeah, which is, by the way, the exact opposite of fucking counterculture. And yeah, that's why you see, M. Hood is correct. That's why you see so many of these fucking weird, gross nerd incels be like, oh, we must return to tradition. Like, that would be so sick if we could return to tradition. I'm not actually a sexless virgin who's thinking about sex all the goddamn time and desperately wants to have it but can never have it. I actually am like deliberately not having it because I'm godly. Harley, best Rumble West Africa. Harley Pasternak threatened to send him to Zombieland again and medicate the crap out of him. Play date with his kids just won't be the same as a relationship with children. A fitness trainer. Have you considered he may be right? You mean like Harley Pasternak might be right? Because no, I think Harley Pasternak's a fucking psycho. For the record. What is this? I'm saving myself for a virgin trad wife. I wish I could one day marry a deranged asocial schizoid. Stop.
our arbitrary religion, but Jesus is the only way to God. Jesus is God. He's the light, the truth, and the way. Mercy, compassion, love, selflessness, these are all Christian virtues. These are all Christian beliefs. What happens when you have a media that...
Okay. Ready for an unpopular lip sync take. Gain this shit over recent years shows why Zionism in Israel is necessary with a two-state solution, of course, but Jews can never rely on anyone else to protect them ever again. Zionism was founded by some pretty pimp socialists, by the way. Fuentes is just a cheap knockoff fascist like Bezalel, Smotrich, or Ben Gvir. Fascism has no racial lines. First of all, you're incorrect on 11 million different fronts, and it's absolutely incorrect, especially because, like, Benjamin Netanyahu absolutely... Hepsine. Ne kadar bir de şey yap. Wait, please. Peki ne kadar? 1 pound mu? 1,5. Okay. Bir de şey pilav. Okay, sağ ol. Not only is that not true, but also Benjamin Netanyahu can align himself with other fascists all around the world, because this kind of anti-Semitism beefs up the exact narrative that you just mentioned, like the necessity for a Jewish theocratic ethno-state. Okay? That is the justification from fascists like Bibi Netanyahu. Is it effing? What the fuck's going on? What the hell just happened? Okay, anyway, regardless, you're wrong on that front. And not only are you wrong, but you're wrong in the worst way possible. You're wrong in a way that, like, literally justifies Netanyahu's take.
Atheist, religious, Jewish, doesn't practice those things. They tend to create pornography. MindGeek, OnlyFans, owned by Jews. I don't think that's a coincidence. Catholics would never start businesses like that. Catholics would never, they would never run TMZ. They would never run...
Well, religious people wouldn't, Muslims would never...
Dude, that's so funny. He's just like... His endless defense of Catholics is pretty hilarious. Because like America, not a Catholic nation. America Protestant, okay? America literally mistreated Catholics throughout its history, throughout its inception. So like him being like this Catholicism defender is also pretty funny. Like it's a secondary layer of hilarity to his situation. You know what I mean?
Start something like that.
Also, like the most sexual institution that the Catholics have created is the Catholic Church. So, you know, there is that. Okay, they didn't need to outsource their perversion, I guess. So there's that there's that reality too. So
they don't believe in Christ. It's religious people versus atheists. And I agree with you that you have to revere Christ to be in the West. But I think the idea of everyone in America believing in Jesus Christ is a pipe dream.
Wait, Fuentes is a convert? He's 5'8" for preaching Catholicism because if he needs someone to defend awful shit or cover it up, they got his back? No, he's a convert. He's not like OG Catholic either. Wait, stop. He's one of those fucking... Well, what is he, like a Red Scare fan? What the fuck happened? Dude, Catholic converts are so funny. It's awesome. There's a really marginal and completely insignificant wave of like idiotic people that are trying to be subversive and disruptive that are finding themselves like converting to Catholicism for the memes. That's awesome. I was born into it. Why would someone choose to be Catholic? When you like get a degree in being like when you get a degree from like a 56-person liberal arts college in like gay art history, and then you like despise the liberal elite, so you want to come across like a cool person. What is the most like proximity you can get from that bicoastal elite secular purgatory? Catholicism. You don't want to go take the full fucking Islam pill. You don't want to go the full Monty. You don't want to go to Islam because you're still an American. Usually you're still a Western guy. So you like feel like Islam is icky and gross, right? They're like barbaric. So you go Catholicism. Like you go 1950s racism. You know what I mean? You're like, what's like weird enough and out there enough that like someone in the 50s would say, oh, that guy's a Catholic right there. He's no good. When leftism is an aesthetic for you and has no underlying class analysis, this is what happens. I mean, he doesn't have any leftist bone in him. Adult Catholicism is usually, again, giving a reason to be transphobic, homophobic, racist, or a woman hater and have a papal in cycles to pat you in the back and say, yup. What is this? Every lifelong Catholic I've ever met is like, I think we're supposed to give this food to poor people. And every adult converse is like, the Archon of Constantinople's epistle on the Pentecostine rites of the Eucharist clearly states women shouldn't have driver's licenses. Jewish adults converts asking me if I'm going to fast on the anniversary of whatever obscure 3,000-year-old battle happened today, like I know or care. That's funny. My brother's an adult Catholic convert. He's become so fucking annoying and unbearable and coincidentally right-wing. Listen, this does not say anything about like people who just like, find peace and comfort in religion, okay? I have long talked about how, religion can be a mechanism for centering yourself or a mechanism for guidance. I don't care. People should be allowed to believe dumb shit, okay? That's how I feel about it. You might not feel that way. You might be a hereditary atheist or whatever, but religion is an organizing tool, and it can be used as an organizing tool for good, like liberation theology, and it can be an organizing tool for evil in the identical capacity on the other side, like the justification for slavery within that you can find in the Bible. So ultimately, I do believe in taxing the churches and mosques and synagogues and all that. But having said that, I do think that if you want to do it in the comfort of your own fucking home, believe whatever the fuck you want to believe. Many people believe dumb shit anyway. Okay? So, having said all of that, in my personal experience, maybe I'm wrong, but a lot of reverts I see, adult converts, adult reverts, are kind of fucking unhinged. Part of the reason why is because they're not necessarily following the protocols of whatever religious passage, but they're more so looking for a sense of community. Or, as Michael also pointed out, they're looking for a way to justify their reactionary rhetoric with dogmas that other people have interpreted for them. So sometimes it offers them both. Catholicism offers them both of those things. That's it. That's where this comes from. That's why it's happening. That's why you see a lot of these fucking weirdos pop up like this. They're just desperate. They're looking for a sense of community, and no such one exists. They don't have like unique interests. They don't have money or time to find unique interests in a lot of instances. Actually, that's not true. A lot of these fucking Catholic converts do have time. Like, why else would they fucking join the Catholic Church? Oh, this is the rice, right? Thanks, Mom. Yok. Yapsın o zaman peki. Tamam, diğerinde yapsın. Fazla vardı kaldıysa. Anne getiriyor musun? Sağ ol. I have a friend whose daughter is gay. When the church started on hating on the LGBTQ, then she left the church Methodist, even Methodist church. My mom is reheating some of my old curry chicken. Olduğu yerde kişisel haksızlara saygılık da oluşuyor. I'll show you the food in a second. Every Catholic should go to Catholic school. Having a Book of Revelations, End Times, Coming Religion teacher really beats into how dumb Catholicism is. Honestly, every convert I've met over 30 was some sort of recovering addict, since churches prey on those people and then take their money. Yeah, that too.
That's never going to happen. But
do you disagree that the Nazis invented some amazing stuff? Like what? Fakest patois. Like what? What is the amazing stuff that the Nazis invented? Why are you trying to desperately hand it to the Nazis? You do not have to hand it to the Nazis. Okay? Unless you're talking about like paperclip or something, and you're talking about like Nazi rocket scientists and shit that the Americans and also the USSR took advantage of or whatever. But like, whoa, what did they invent? Like a new kind of tanker candy? Is the best meth. Such great meth, dude. Patio? Oh, fakest patio. Anyway, this guy's got nothing going on.
That doesn't mean that Jesus isn't.
Nazis didn't even invent Fanta. That was the Coca-Cola Corporation desperately trying to overcome the worldwide sanctions to keep selling some Coca-Cola product that wasn't openly Coca-Cola to the German country during World War II. So they fucking made Fanta, for those of you who don't know. Wanna Fanta? Don't you wanna?
Anyway. King, just because you don't believe in Jesus doesn't mean Jesus still believes in you. Even if you don't believe in Jesus, Jesus still believes in you.
Yes. But in Death of the West, Buchanan seems to say, you have to at least respect Christ. Like, say you move to Japan. The three of us moved to Japan. We wouldn't be screaming about the Japanese and so many Japanese signs. And we're not Japanese, but we would definitely revere Japan's history and you know, it wouldn't be on the side of the Ainu, we'd be on the side of the Japanese. And we'd say, I'm glad you guys conquered this island. It's awesome. If you move to America, you don't have to worship Christ, but you have to at least respect that the West's backbone is Christianity.
Well, we don't talk about the least, we talk about the most. God did the most for us. He sent his son to die for us, and we need to do the most to be obedient to him. He's given us, this world is so beautiful. Look at all these things we can overcome in this life, these challenges he gives us, the amount of times that he forgives us. I didn't know that was going to rhyme. I know you don't like rap, but that rhymes.
I don't dislike rap.
Give me a beat, fool. It's a full-time Jack move. And my homie Chili Chill. Oh, don't want to say an Ice Cube rap. Don't want to pull him into any anti-Semitism. That's going to mess up a movie role.
So what do you say, Nick, if you guys are president and vice president? Well, you're too young, but you know what I mean, hypothetically. How do you institute this
fixing
the Jew problem?
Well, I would...
In medicine, for example.
Well, I would pass. I think in medicine, it's less of an issue. The real issue is communications, because mass communications has changed the world forever. 100 years ago, and particularly 30 years ago, we need to have Christian standards guiding that, because the goal of our society is to be moving people into heaven. If you have atheists, whether they're Jewish or white, running the media, it doesn't facilitate that.
So how do you fix that?
So I would want
Fire
decency standards. I would want, even if you can't say we're going to have the government come in and fire all the Jews running the media, let's have the lawmakers make laws that govern the media, that say, we don't want pornography on the internet. We don't want pornography, frankly, anywhere. We don't want indecency. We want...
That's fine. That doesn't do it. Like, let's just have open free speech. No one can get canceled. And now there's no more problem with control.
Can you imagine if Herschel Walker had Nick? He definitely would have won.
I do believe that Nick will be president one day. I was at AFPAC, and there was this energy from plenty of black people there, and there was just this energy there that was like, made me feel old. Like, go ahead, youngsters, take the torch and run. Yeah, you said that...
I love the same argument as like, we need to have free speech. Also, we need to ban porn. Like, porn is protected speech. It's artistic expression. Hate speech, you could make an argument, is not. You know what I mean? Plenty of countries have made that distinction, as a matter of fact, where they do not ban porn, but they ban hate speech.
It wasn't just financial blowback you've had recently. There was some relationship problems, should I say? Is that...
Wait.
I prefer that. I prefer...
This was pretty funny. Someone said, them titties talking now. He said the titties talking now? What do you mean free speech? That's good.
Not to talk about it. Every time I do an interview, it's just like there's another issue, but I just think, I don't feel like my personal relationships are going to help me engineer the country where it needs to be. I would just appreciate being able to be married. That's what I've always desired, and I take responsibility for my pornography usage in the last marriage and creating an energy towards an idea of a woman on camera that I think helped influence my wife also, to feel like she wanted to be like those women. So right now, it's just I pray that God can bring me a wife that is equally yoked and...
It's pretty funny because it's like, it's always just like personal. He just literally is like, yo, this shit fucked me up. So I want to regulate it. I mean, it's the same exact energy always. You know what I mean? It's no different than like Rick Perry or some other fucking Republican congressperson being like, dude, no more gay stuff in public. We really got to stop it. I'm thinking dicks nonstop, okay? Literally, I got cock on the mind, brother. We need to stop it because I can't control my urges. I'm trying to suck cock literally left and right. And it's like, bro, that's a you thing. Like, what do you mean? What is happening? You can't be talking about dicks like alcoholism. You know what I mean? Same shit for him in porn.
And supportive while I go and invent, while I create paradigm shifts for society. You know, the McDonald's movie and the Steve Jobs, Michael Fassbender movie, both of those movies in the beginning, those founders were arguing with their first wife. And then they found an amazing second wife, and then they made the #1 and #3 companies to this date.
Wow, yeah. You learn from your mistakes, I guess. We grew up where pornography wasn't even considered bad. Like, my parents didn't care if I watched porn. And then I was telling you earlier, as a joke, like a Seinfeld type of experiment.
Okay, never mind. Maybe that's not good parenting. If that's what gives you fucking Gavin McInnes, okay, I'm all in favor of banning porn now. Okay,
I mean,
sorry,
me and
guys.
this comedian tried it, Dante Nero, and we just were, I don't know, our lives were better. He was like, he's single, but his relationships were better. My marriage improved drastically because I was only getting water from one tap. So I was like walking on eggshells, trying to not make her mad. And you with sex, you establish a better connection. And then you sort of, it's almost like the Sixth Sense where you see dead people and you start going back over your life and you realize, holy crap, pornography was doing all this damage. And then you sort of see it from way above and you think, as you pointed out recently, and I've been saying this for a long time, these women are not just libidinous ladies that enjoy some intercourse. They were molested by their uncle, molested by their dad. That's why they can just switch off, because they got practice as kids switching it off. And now there's all these men staring at this girl who's, as you point out, dealing with her sex.
TERFs are gonna fucking start preaching Hitler, dude. I swear to God. I mean, swerves. They're hitting the swerve talking points so fucking hard, my head is spinning right now. Not a peep from Nick now that they're chatting about sex and marriage. Nick knows nothing about those things, okay? Swerves are about to jump on this like, oh man, maybe this guy's saying some good shit. Porn can be exploitative. Just like every other fucking form of labor under capital. Overgeneralizing and saying every porn star is just like doing porn because they were molested as a child is fucking insane.
Sexual pain, and they're jerking off. Like, imagine it was on the street. There's a woman on meth who was molested as a kid, and some guy's banging her, and then there's 60 people jerking off, staring at her. You'd go, this is the most horrific thing I've ever seen in my life, and that's happening millions of times right now.
That's what pornography is. It's gotta go.
These guys play so fast and loose with the necessity of hate speech, but they don't realize that the actual slippery slope conversation is supposed to be had with artistic expression when it comes to pornography. They're actors. Where do you draw the line? Do you draw the line of like actual insertion? Is that where you draw the line? Do you want to stop sex scenes from occurring in Hollywood? Why is sex scenes in Hollywood different than sex scenes in pornographic movies? You know what I mean? The line is literally, I know when I see it, by the way. There is a line on porn. Blood and child predation and things of that sort. Revenge porn. These are lines that have been drawn on pornography as well that go beyond artistic expression.
And my main, I don't think that I got taken off of Twitter because I took a swastika and mixed it with a 6-point star. That was my expression of let's bring these things together. I said free love speech. Let's try loving. Let's love. That trying is failing. I believe it's me speaking about porn and speaking down on porn on Twitter. Let's see what are the amounts of advertising for porn on Twitter. Porn is a killer. That's a drug. It's devastated. It's destroyed families. It's destroyed my family. It's only 2 steps away from trafficking. It is a form of trafficking because a point that an idea that you didn't express about pornography is these women, or you expressed it, these women are the products of pedophilia.
Yeah.
So if you're watching porn, you are a pedophile also. You are contributing to pedophilia because you are watching someone's daughter. Also, when you said, hey, my friend's not married, but he's having sex, that's wrong too. It's simple. Jesus said so, or Jesus said no. Let's follow the red letters in the Bible. Not the yellow brick road. Whenever you don't know where to go, follow those red letters. There's a bunch of leeway in this right here in your life where you will have fun and you will be realized.
He's like, bunch of leeway, like Balenciaga. Which, like, Balenciaga did some fucking weird shit, for sure. But it is pretty funny that Kanye is the one defending Balenciaga while saying, if you watch pornography, you're a pedophile. Kanye's like, listen, if you even think for a moment that an adult woman is hot, you're a pedophile. Why? That adult woman was a child at a certain point. Do you understand? If you come in here and you say Dua Lipa is hot, Margot Robbie is hot, you're a pedophile because they were children at a certain point. Okay? True. It's true. That's right.
But those visions that you have in your idea when God gives you a dream and you wake up thinking about it, you tell people about it every time, those are God dreams. These are dreams that can't happen without the help of God, but God can see everything you're doing at all times. So anytime that you do something you should repent for those things and come to God. We were talking about earlier before we got on camera, how there's all these beautiful women on Instagram that now are in their 30s and their 40s and they're freezing their eggs because they haven't lived the dream of having a husband and kids. And these are like the most eligible bachelorettes in the world, but instead they're showing their body, they're giving away to 1 million people for 30 likes. They're giving away things that they wouldn't even have photographed for their boyfriend 20 years ago.
Yeah.
For 30 likes, because if they post something, Instagram promotes pornography, period. Like,
I feel like this, unironically, not the Hitler stuff, but this stuff is going to get Zoomers so on board. I think like the Tumblr era greatly fucking went to the opposite direction with respect to sexual liberation and really broke a lot of millennial minds about what sex was supposed to be like. Okay? So now you see that pendulum go back in the other direction, swing in the other direction, where Zoomers are like literally either porn sick or just fucking, and I don't even like using that term because that is a term that is created by the likes of people who believe in like Kanye West style shit. But that pendulum is swung in the other direction where like a lot of Zoomers are like no fap, anti-sex work across the board, like saying unhinged ass shit. Dude, are you serious? Yeah. Bro, you have no idea what you're talking about with Tumblr. They're so horny. They love porn. Wait, what? No, that's what I'm saying. What are you talking about? Yeah. My point is that that they went from nonstop fapping and like constantly fucking watching porn to an unhealthy degree where it like literally starts manipulating your life and feeds into your compulsive desires in constantly watching porn. Okay, to having this like weird anti-porn reaction because you can't control yourself and you can't control your urges and you can't be normal with your consumption. And even I can't fucking talk about this because like I'm 31 and when I grew up there was no porn for me. You know what I mean? I desperately wanted it and I couldn't find it. So like I don't know what it's like to just have 24/7 porn at times when like I wanted it, you know, on my fucking phone. It would have been crazy. I probably would have had my brain broken too. Is porn a good thing or a bad thing? It's a thing. It's what you make of it. You can consume it in moderation. Prohibition does not work. Neither it doesn't work for alcohol. It doesn't work for gambling. That's why you need to regulate it. That's why you need to ensure that there are, guides on how to consume it, safeguard it as best as possible, but still allow it. That's it. Create an environment where there is moderation.
Like, yo, screw Instagram, bro. I don't mean to say, I'll say, how do I say F Instagram in the Christian way?
Screw Instagram seems pretty good to me. Are we allowed to say screw? I turn to Nick as the expert on all.
I think that's okay, yeah.
I think we could say it in a better way. Here we go. Pray for Instagram. Pray for Instagram. Pray for the Instagram users, right? Because Instagram is a platform. And because there's so many predators online, anyone that likes a photo of a woman that's half naked with a string of her butt is a sexual predator.
Yep. Well, you know what happens to these women too? You'll never see anyone happier than
That's awesome. Yeah, Gavin is like, okay, Kanye. Do you think Gavin actually behind the scenes believes what Nick believes? I mean, it doesn't matter what Gavin believes. What matters is what he promotes, and what he promotes is exactly what Nick promotes. So they're just like a couple different spices and seasonings away from all identifying in the exact same way. I love the notion that he was like, what you gonna say instead of fuck you? Pray for you. Like that passive aggressive fucking Southern Christian attitude is pretty funny. I love that he just independently arrived at that. It's something that people do all the time. Oh, I'll pray for you. Bless your heart. Exactly. Bless your heart. How about you pray for the top of the hour ad break to come and go? Because at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break. I keep fucking it up. Not a 30-minute ad, a 3-minute ad. And if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime. By connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, you get one free Prime subscription a month. So, hey, Bozo, thank you for the $5. Get the subs as well as Wellington. 1-minute ad in the middle of the fucking hour. Cade, Conboy, The River Cast, and Mr. Malkavian. Thank you for the 10. Get the subs. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. Dying of diabetes. Thank you for the 5. Get the subs. Hopefully you don't die.
Than a young Catholic couple who got married young and started churning them out. The converse to that is these spinsters who
That is such an insane take. This notion that you'll never see a young Catholic couple that got married young, that started having children, you'll never see them sad, is insanity, okay? What a fucking transparent lie. Like that's hilarious, bro. They're just lying about a utopian vision that they have that is just not true.
don't pay attention to the time, and the next thing you know, they're 39 and no one wants them, and they can't, and they freeze all the eggs you want. You're not having kids. And they tend to be these new journalists who are out to cancel people and sabotage. Family men especially, Proud Boys, they want to destroy. Yay, they want to destroy. You, they want to destroy. Because if I can't have a family, no one can. I want to destroy all the other families. And they just become these like gremlins on the wing, ripping apart the machinery and pulling wires out because they want the whole plane to crash.
I've experienced that. But Jesus can heal all. Jesus can save all. I mean, It's take it to the church. Take it to your local church. Like, my website is www.gotoyourlocalchurch.com. www.listentojesus.com. www.openthebible.com. www.followtheword.com.
Someone's feverishly buying URLs right now. So what's the future with this campaign? Have you chosen a running mate? Do you have one in mind?
I was thinking about Candace Owens. I think she should be good, but I have a major problem with Ben Shapiro. And my problem is Ben Shapiro is in control of Candace Owens' voice. And sometimes I feel that you have people who go up and they just complain about things, right? And they become controlled right and controlled left. That's another thing that the media does with politics, is they make it noisy and they make it messy. We need to make these things clear and more simplified. So I'm open to ideas, and I haven't defined that I'm running for office yet because that's what I'm being advised to do. Back to you.
What are your policies on, say, abortion? Would you make abortion illegal?
Yes.
Well, what are your policies on immigration? Would you fortify the wall, close the borders?
Also, says reactionary understanding of the world is wrong, except moderately, and specifically about attitudes about porn, and the fact that I think that this has nothing to do with the culture I grew up in, and it's attitudes towards porn. What are you another fucking? I don't even understand what you're saying. Hasnabi says cringe millennials on Tumblr had way more to do with Zoomers' attitudes towards sex than evangelical design abstinence only sex ed when they're subjected in this. Oh, you're defending Tumblr. Yeah, no, I think it is. I think it's abstinence only sex ed. You're absolutely correct. Yeah, no, you are right. Yes, American puritanical values are infinitely more. American puritanical values that go back to the same, like, you should literally fucking not have sex until you're married. Why? Because you need to have farmhands. Why? Because all your children will die. Those attitudes are baked. Well, this interview is being conducted in the Sweet Green headquarters. Sweet Green is a major public company. It was renting space out where they have far-right meetings. I've confirmed this info with the Sweet Green employee. I want the story to be known. But I don't think it's as newsworthy as I think. I mean, I don't think it is that newsworthy. Anyway, but no, you're right. Talk about the role of abstinence only education, you weirdo. No, that is certainly one of the major components here. But I do think that, like, the sexual liberation arc is just one of the reactions to that systemic education, that systemic social conditioning. And now you're seeing a tiny fucking shift in the other direction. That was what I was trying to describe. But sexual positivity has been, has gone in the other direction as well. No, I get it. I mean, I understand why this person wants to defend it. Maybe they haven't heard me. I'm not saying your opinion is misleading. Fuck Tumblr. I hated them. Tumblr was such a niche thing. Sexual liberation movement started in this country in the 70s. I know, but I'm talking about, like, in like internet terms. I just saw your pick on rare insults. Hope you take it all fun. Yes, dude, I know. I am taking it all in. The guy calling me a rapist, Willy Wonka, I'm taking it all in as all good, wholesome fun. I love when they do that, okay? I love when fucking goobers are who wear crusty-ass champion shorts are like, oh, man, this guy's a rapist, Willy Wonka. I know. It's good fun. It's Reddit. What do you want? I don't know what to do about it. I can't do anything about it. Why the fuck do you keep bringing this up? I just don't understand. Yeah, you go on Reddit, my guy. You're a fucking loser, okay? And so am I. We are all losers, okay? I don't know what to say. It's such a strange thing that people are like, bro, people are being so mean to you. I know, man. I know. It's called being a fucking marginally famous person on the internet. Okay? It's always going to happen. I just hate hearing it from my own community over and over and over again. And that's a stretch? What's a stretch? Saying that we're all fucking losers because we're on Reddit? I don't think that's a stretch at all. Anyway. Check my logs? No. Ye was like engaged to someone. I don't know. There's so much behind the scenes like nonsense going on about it.
I know you like the idea of fortifying the wall. I need to discuss how we work with South America more closely, how we as One America bring back our industry. So I don't have a clear answer immediately on that.
What about gay marriage? Is
you know,
it allowed?
The thing about that, 95% of gay people don't get married anyway. So it's a very liberal thing that is put up to like cause these headlines.
Yeah.
All my policies are going to follow the Bible. That's it.
And there's no gay marriage in the Bible.
So
I feel like gay marriage was something where they saw us getting married and they go, what are you guys doing over there? Oh, we're getting married. It's awesome. You have kids and stuff and you stay with people. I want to do that. Oh, you can't do it. I want to do that. Okay, fine. Then they went and they went, this sucks. I don't want kids and you can't fuck anything that moves anymore. And we're like, yeah, that's the deal. Why did you break into this? And it's the same with women in the workforce. They're like, what are you doing over there? Is it like Don Draper and you have drinks and you get rich? And you're like, no, it's a lot of Excel spreadsheets and talking about inventory. I'm like, this is boring. I'll do maybe the Facebook page for you guys.
Your woman voice and your gay voice are really close. it's like my Netanyahu voice and every other voice is the same thing.
Well, gays are trying to sound like women, I guess. I don't think it's natural, that voice.
Comes from
fetal alcohol syndrome. Listen, tell the women in your life not to drink while they're carrying a fetus. All three are the outcome. You got motherfuckers in here literally doing like, the gay voice is pretty similar to the female voice. What the fuck, bro? Like, no, that's so funny. It's like, it's so stupid. That's like something I joked about when I was in like 3rd grade or something. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is that? Oh my God. It passed offensive to just being so embarrassing? Yeah. Have you guys noticed gay guys like dick kind of like women? What the fuck? Okay, but what's your stance on it? My stance is you shouldn't be able to drink. You should not drink while you're fucking pregnant. Because the outcome is Nick Fuentes, Kanye West, and Gavin McInnes. That's my stance on it.
The mother, I think that's emulating the
You
mother.
think? Do you think you're born gay?
I think there's probably like a genetic inclination, but I think it's a lot more developmental than people want to let on, because you'll find it's a lot of like divorced parents, a lot of broken homes, and it typically coincides with mental illness. So it seems to be more of like a pathological behavior.
Not Nick though. Definitely not mentally ill. A guy who like first of all, the reason why he's saying it's genetic is because he wants to eradicate it. And that's the best justification for eradication is that, oh, it's a genetic component, so we got to cut it through eugenics. But of course, that guy's not mentally ill.
Than like some kind of intrinsic disposition.
Maybe that's why the trans suicide rate is so brutal, because they're mentally ill to begin with. They get the tits thinking this will solve everything, and then they go, I'm still depressed.
Right.
And end it all.
You know, Jesus loved...
Man, if only there was like an answer for that. You know, like gender confirmation being demonstrably linked to, like what he just described is demonstrably linked to fucking lowering suicide rates by a gigantic percentage. But these guys are so disgusting. Like, ironically, the truth is the exact opposite of what he's presenting. And there's plenty of evidence for that as well. But Gavin McInnes knows that most likely and doesn't care. He just wants to continue with the idiotic notion.
Everyone. The Bible says, do not judge. But we can call our Christian brothers and say, are you following the words of Christ? So I love everyone. I love black, white, straight, gay, rich, poor, Jewish, that follow God, Zionist Jews, Nazis, slave masters, slave owners, record labels. The Joe Francis that was involved with the sex tape. I love everyone. The doctor that performed the final plastic surgery on my mom, my cousin that was watching my mom. I love everyone.